I've looked up to Lupita a really long time. You know, like I was telling you about colorism?
Yeah.
Like I was like, she is going for it all. She doesn't give a damn. She knows who she is. She knows what she's worth. When I first started on the scene, she posted one of my videos, which—
Did she?
She did, which helped me in that, which helped me in that momentum, which I never ever forget. And she sent me a few encouraging words.
What did she say that you still carry with you?
There's this one time she told me I'm a star and I have a very bright future ahead of me. Even in moments where I feel down, I know you guys feel this. There's some days you're just like,
Absolutely.
What's the meaning,
Yes, yep.
I feel like I haven't done this, haven't done that. And I always remember those words and I'm like, yeah, I got this.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like.
Welcome to 154. Today's guest was born in Kenya and she burst onto the scene with nothing but a camera and a bag of chips. Now she's all that and a bag of chips. She has a laugh so infectious it took the world by storm. From viral sensation to international superstardom, Elsa Majimbo has redefined what's possible for African talent on the global stage. As a naturally gifted comedian and content creator whose humor made millions fall in love instantly, she catapulted herself into the world of fashion and beauty, partnering some of the most reputable companies on the planet, and gracing countless campaigns as a model, fashion influencer, and beauty ambassador. Her journey is a testament to the power of digital platforms to transform lives, launch careers, and influence culture on a global scale. Sit back, relax, and get ready, because today we're diving into the brilliant, bold, and unapologetically hilarious world of Elsa Majimbo. Give it up!
Hey, Majimbo! And didn't they say her name in All Night Long? Majimbo.
Hey! Have you heard that song?
No.
All night long.
Oh, yes. I
They were like,
heard that song.
Elsa Jimbo, young. Hey, Jimbo.
That is not how the song goes.
That is not how the song goes.
Thank you so much for hanging out and rocking with us here on 154.
Thank you for hanging out with me.
Yay! I like that.
I like this look. Is this like, are you trying to go for the X-Men? You gonna be Storm? What is this look? It's very interesting.
No, at first I started first I changed my hair.
Okay.
Then I said, let me try and see if a different eyebrow, something. I started changing things about me one at a time into things that I really like.
Yeah.
And I realized it makes me stand out. Like if anyone sees me in a crowd, they'll be like, oh my God, that's Elsa right there.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
everyone else looks alike, but they'll be like, oh my goodness, blonde.
I would think you have powers. I think she has powers.
Well, before we get into all of that, I want to just first off take this time to celebrate you. Now, we couldn't find some of the traditional Kenyan foods. We couldn't find some of the traditional drinks like dawa. And then we try to get something that was a little close to mandazi. It looks like mandazi, but it ain't mandazi. So we did try. Does it look a little bit?
It looks a bit like mandazi.
A bit like mandazi.
Did we do good?
And then we have some plantain chips. So we want to have a little toast here. We could pour some, we got mango juice here.
Mango.
A little mango juice. You can see the viscosity.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, it's a little
Africans
celebration.
love mango. We love mango. We don't play. We don't play.
All right, boom. There it is.
Boom,
A nice little toast.
Right? Yeah, there we go.
Nice. You can see that. You can tell this is real good mango. You see how thick that is?
Look like egg yolk.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Nice.
All right.
To Elsa.
To Elsa.
To Elsa, this conversation is going to be as sweet as this mango juice.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
Hey,
Did we get this from Kenya? It's from
was
Kenya.
this straight from the Kenyan
Oh
tree?
my goodness,
we got it.
It tastes like Kenyan juice.
You can
Is this Kenyan juice?
It does taste like Kenyan juice.
So Elsa, we always love to start with the history. We've had a lot of Nigerians on this show. You're the first guest from Kenya. And 154 is all about celebrating the entire continent.
That's right.
54 countries. So thank you so much for being our first guest from Kenya. So we got to ask you your full name, because we asked all of our guests to give their full names. What is your full name? First, middle, and last name.
Ooh, None's ever asked me that. My full name is Elsa Angel Majimbo. So only my family calls me Angel. Everyone else calls me Elsa. And people who've known me since childhood call me Majimbo.
That was pretty simple.
Okay, all right, that's pretty simple.
Elsa, and we're thinking it was gonna be like,
we've heard some pretty long names. Are there names in Kenya that are like really long, or do they tend to be pretty short?
I don't think they're long, but I don't think people who aren't from Kenya would be able to pronounce them. Like there's this name Kip Koech.
Oh.
You know, for me, it's like I've had that name my whole life.
You mean
Kip
the runner?
Huh?
Oh, I'm thinking of runner.
No. This is a name.
Yeah, these are just names, longer names in Kenya. So I don't think they're longer. I just think they don't, if you're not accustomed to Kenyan culture, you will be like, huh? Say that again? It'll take you a minute.
Well, I think it's fascinating, to learn, because I think that's the conversation we're interested in having, is just really learning about the Kenyan culture, and for you, like, your name, Elsa, and then does it have a meaning? Is it a Kenyan name, or is that, because we know of Elsa from Frozen? I don't know how you felt about Elsa.
It might be. I went to school with an Elsa.
So what's the origin of the name, and does it have meanings to the name?
I'm not sure, but I do know it came before Frozen. Frozen came way after me. So, and people always ask me, they say, how did your parents name you Elsa? When Frozen came out in, I think, 2007 or something. And I'm just like, I don't know,
I went to school with an Elsa. She was
did you?
She's Latin. She was Elsa.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, a lot of
Latins are Elsa.
Yeah, Latins
Elsas,
are named, Elsa.
All right. So
too.
we're gonna let that conversation go then.
Right. Why don't we just move on?
You didn't even see what I did there.
No.
Let it go. Let it go.
Wow.
Okay. Nobody.
Wow.
Nobody.
What a hell of a transition that was.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Gosh, but that was like.
But were you
I
singing
threw that
song?
one.
Were you singing a song?
No, I said I'm just gonna let that one go. Let it go.
Where's that song from?
Oh my goodness.
Frozen? Is it from Frozen?
Oh my word, bro! It's Frozen.
You have kids, I know.
Bro, I sat up the whole night working on that transition.
I didn't
watch
have
Frozen.
kids, and I know.
Yeah, but you didn't sing with him though, so don't high five him. His singing was so off tune. He's like, let it go, let it go. I was like, what's that?
No, you know.
Now, if you would have been like, let it go, I'd been like, oh.
No, that was Michael Jackson singing "Let It Go." Anyways, let's let it go here. Tell us about growing up in Kenya. What was that like? You were born and raised in Kenya. What was that like? When'd you come to the States?
I came to States in 2021.
Okay.
I first landed in New York. New York is a great place, but it's too much hassle for me. LA is chill.
Yeah.
It's laid back.
What's
boring?
What's Kenya? What's Kenya like? What's Kenya?
Kenya is it's very beautiful.
Okay.
There's a lot of wildlife. When I first came here, I was surprised how much wildlife there isn't, because I was so used to going around wildlife.
Well, we jailed them. They're called zoos. Yeah, we have a lot of these animal convicts that we put behind bars. That's called a zoo.
In Kenya, we let ours walk free.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So they went to Kenya and grabbed a couple convicts.
And then
threw
brought
them
them
in a zoo.
here
Yes, that's what happened.
in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very beautiful. Like, I used to see a lot of gazelles walking when I would go to school.
Just a gazelle.
Yeah, or like
Dang.
warthogs and giraffes.
In the
It was
street.
so beautiful. Giraffes, not really much in the streets. It was more gazelles and warthogs that were on the street. Once in a while, a lion would run free, and people would.
Whoa. Just a stray lion. Look at the lion.
It happens all the time.
Just a lion?
It just runs free, and they send you an alert. So a lot of people, there's rarely.
So there's an
any
Amber Alert
attack.
for lions?
It's called the Simba Alert.
It's like this.
No, but beautiful. You can only imagine.
That's insane.
Cool. And what do you remember about growing up in just the first part of your life being in Kenya?
I think Kenya has a lot of ups and downs, but I will say that growing up in Kenya made me who I am today. And I think I came out pretty wonderful. So that should tell you a lot. The people are generally nice people.
Yeah.
They're kinder than most people. I took it for granted until I went to, they're kinder than most people, sometimes they're so hard-headed, but anyway, I think Kenya is an amazing place, beautiful with beautiful people.
Yeah, and so people have this perception of what they think a lot of the countries are like in Africa. What are some of the perceptions of Kenya that people just get wrong about Kenya?
I think like the way I saw animals like walking around, that was specific to my area. People think they'll see that anywhere. You wouldn't just see that anywhere, you know? I grew up near the forest. I grew up closer to the forest.
What's it called?
Okay.
They're near the forest?
Yeah, I
Oh,
grew
wow.
up closer to the forest.
Oh, that's why you see it.
And what area is that? What area is that called?
It's called.
In Karen. So there's the Karen, there's like the Karen, it's
Like a Karen? It's like a forest of white women?
it's called like Karen the white woman.
Forest of old white women just like this. Do you live here? Are you sure? What's your name?
Karen the white, but it's a very beautiful green place.
Okay.
I promise to not like the white
Just
woman.
old
We
white
named
women
it,
going,
but
you
it was
live here?
named after a white woman.
Are you
so.
sure?
Yeah.
So you grew up in this area, and that's how far is that from the capital?
Oh no, that is in the capital.
That is in the capital.
It is in it is in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like Glendale.
Okay.
So it's like Glendale, but then West Hollywood wouldn't have like
gotcha.
animals. you
Animals,
know?
without the animals.
Yeah, that you wouldn't easily.
Don't worry, they got enough people that are
Gaza.
animals.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
So you've talked about the culture in a lot of your interviews about Kenya. What have you carried here with you that separates you from maybe perhaps other people from other countries in Africa here in America?
I think there's not a lot of Kenyans around in LA, and that makes some of my behaviors, some of the things I say, it makes them a bit more unique, and I haven't changed those things about me, because they make me very unique. I remember when I first got here, a lot of agents wanted me to change a few things about myself, and I was just like, nah, that's how I
here we
grew
go.
up.
Really?
Agents, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. No. I don't want to say anything in specific, but it wasn't anything harmful. It was just like, if you sound more American, you might get a job easier. kind of thing.
What are we in the
Gotcha.
80s?
Yeah.
Fuck are we talking? Don't listen to that. Be you.
Yeah. But exactly,
Yeah.
I was me, and I think it makes me very. In Kenya, you'll find a lot of people that are maybe similar to me, have similar behaviors, but here, no one is like me. So it gives me that little je ne sais quoi.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
There's a lot of Kenyans in Oklahoma City and Dallas.
Okay.
Because when I perform, I have Kenyans that come to my shows. Bum rushed. A whole bunch of Kenyans came. I was like, where you guys from? Kenya. I said, what? Kenya? He's like, yeah, Oklahoma City
There
is
is
not
a
that
lot of
far from
them
Dallas.
in Dallas,
So a
yeah.
lot of them are, because it's like we know where the
Absolutely.
Nigerians are,
Yeah.
the Ethiopians are. The Kenyans, boom, they're in that area of Dallas and
They are.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
And so, Nigerians, we've been known to be pretty animated, pretty loud, pretty energetic. How would you describe the characteristics of Kenyans?
They drink a lot.
They
drink a lot.
Do they?
They drink a lot. Kenyans drink.
Wow. Okay.
But they can handle their liquor.
Oh, they can or cannot?
They can, a lot can.
Okay.
A lot can. They can handle it, but they do drink a lot.
What's the drink of choice?
Tasca, which is a beer.
Tasca?
Okay, Tasca.
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 Oh, okay.
Tasca. It's called Tasca. It's a beer. It's named after like an elephant tusk.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of-
Tasca. Is
Yeah.
it Tuska?
Yeah, Tusker.
Oh,
Tusker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tusker.
Yeah, you see,
No,
he's
change.
he's very proper. Tusker. Tusker.
No,
she
she
said
said
Tuska.
Tuska.
No, she said Tuska.
No.
She
I thought
said
it was,
Tuska.
but you
tried
thought
to
it was
correct
spelled with an A. You know that because it sounds African. So don't you try that with me. You know that. You know you wanted to say, I think it's Tusker. That's what I wrote down on my notes. God damn it. I got to see my margins. She said Tuska. With an African accent, it can be Tuska because ER with African Nigerians, it's the same thing. So I was like, how do you spell it?
Yeah, I was actually surprised when you said TU because a lot of Americans would not say TU. They would say TAS.
I'm a Nigerian American.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of it we can pick up and try to decipher.
Watch that.
Do you have favorite Kenyan foods? Like we tried hard, myself and our producers, we were trying to go around finding Kenyan food so we could really surprise you. And we were like, man, we kind of ran into a little bit of a trap hole. We couldn't find a place to, kind of present.
Well, guess what?
What's your favorite Kenyan food? And do you still eat Kenyan food?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so now living in LA, like you said, it's hard to find it here. So I have to kind of make it myself, which at home, it was easier to find it made by other people because everyone. But yes, I do have a favorite Kenyan food: ugali, nyama choma,
Ugali.
and kachumbari. It's that mix. The foods I just said. For anyone who knows what those foods are, it is the best.
Ugali,
thing
you
around.
mix.
Goodness,
Ugali.
I wanna try.
I've seen ugali.
You mix it.
Okay, is it kind of like
Maize flour.
Food. They have ugali.
so it's kind of like our fufu?
Sort of
Yeah,
like that. It's like-
kind of.
What is it made of?
Maize flour, and then you put it in boiling water, and then you kind of like stir it, and
Sure.
it becomes kind of like
That
food.
thick,
Africans
like a
all-
mashed
we all
potatoes
do
or something
that.
like that. Okay,
We all
and then what were the other ones that you said?
Ugali, nyama choma. Nyama choma is basically just how we grill our meat. So it's like the way it's very smoky and. So that's our way. And kachumbari is like salsa. It's tomatoes, onions, and cilantro.
Yeah, and do you still cook? Can you cook these, or were they prepared for you?
I can't cook these, but yeah.
She's like, I don't cook.
these. No, she said
I love
can't cook
LA.
these.
I love LA. Oh my God, look at my nails. You think I'm cooking ugali? Are you kidding me? You know what? But we do have a surprise for her. Gazelle burgers.
Oh man.
But I got a question with Kenyan food, because I eat Senegalese food in New York City. Is there any similarity? Because people, Kenyan, Senegalese people, you go, are you Kenyan or Senegalese? Is there anything similar in food-wise? No.
From west to east? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I would say West African food and East African food are distinctly different. They're
Okay.
very, very different.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, that's good to know. Because I have not had East African food. I would love to try.
You never had Ethiopian?
Never. I've never been to an Ethiopian
Oh
restaurant.
my goodness.
Oh, my.
You gotta go Ethiopian.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, I got you.
Okay.
Oh my
All right.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
I know you've traveled around. You've been to a lot of places, and you've been to a lot of. How many countries have you been to in Africa?
Oh, wow. Congo, Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia. Oh my goodness, there's Botswana. There's so many more.
Zaire,
Yeah.
Tanzania.
No, I've never been to Tanzania. I've never been to
Egypt?
Nigeria. Egypt.
Egypt, okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
Egypt.
God.
Okay. Yeah,
Egypt.
Egypt,
Morocco.
yeah.
No, I haven't been to Morocco. I've been to quite a few countries. I've been quite up and down in Africa. I love Africa. I love
Yeah, and
Africa.
you used to live in South Africa. What was that experience like?
Oh wow, dangerous.
Okay, let's talk about it.
In South Africa isn't the safest place, especially in Joburg. But I don't know, something in my spirit always loved South Africa. It is so cheap. It is fabulous. It is chic. Despite you can get robbed at any time. And they do rob you at any time. Like, I even, like when I would go party with my friends, I would leave my phone at the house because there was an 80% chance someone would steal my phone. So I would leave it at the house. I go with my friends. And I had friends, my friends would carry their phones. They would get stolen all the time.
The snatched?
Yeah,
Or
and
just-
snatched, or like you're dancing and someone just like takes
it.
your
Because you guys
phone.
like to girls love putting it in their little tight,
if it-
booty ass pockets. And they think because their ass is tight that the pocket's gonna hold it tight.
No, even guys.
But you don't understand, it's slippery. So a dude just takes it out while you do, and then you all twerk a lot. So while you're doing that, it's able to
Yep. Swipe. phone
change your
swipe.
dance.
So how long did you live in South Africa?
I was there for 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when you made that move to South Africa, when did you become familiar? Like, yo, this is the spot that. What made you target South Africa of all the other places in Africa?
So we traveled to South Africa, my family and I, a lot growing up. So by the time I was moving there, I wasn't local familiar, but I was quite familiar.
Yeah.
Like I'd spent a lot of time, especially Johannesburg. I knew the place. So I kind of knew where to shop, what to do. And I had a few people that I knew there, so they helped me move. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Oh, that's good. I love to hear that. I've done 9 countries in Africa, and I love to hear the travels, around and moving in different places, because you get to appreciate some of the different cultures within Africa. I want to talk to you about colorism, because this is something you've been very, very open about in speaking about colorism. I mean, you once said that you want to show that dark-skinned girls that they can also be successful. What did you mean by that, and what led you to say that, and what was your experience?
I think from the environment that I grew up in, and this is just speaking from my personal experience, I saw a lot of like dark-skinned girls being discouraged from doing a lot of things. And there was a certain ceiling they were given for as good as they can be. Yeah. And even when I first got here, I remember telling people, because a lot of people used to tell me, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. And I used to tell people, I never used to hear that. Like, you know, I got bullied a lot for like not fitting the attractive standards. And
in Kenya?
In Kenya.
Because I would think everybody kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
I don't know about any light-skinned Kenyans. I've never seen that.
We
had Obama, but
no, there's light-skinned Kenyans and full Kenyans, and they get treated so much different, so much better. They get favored way much more, and it's not just adults, even like kids. They're the ones who would get to do the special things. They're the ones who get the teachers' favors. It was very terrible. Obvious. Yeah, even like with modeling, in some castings they call it yellow. So they're like, no, you look like the night sky. They're like, tunataka yellow, which is like we want a light skinned girl. So even like with the ads, if you just go Google any Kenyan betting ad. I promise you, you will not see any dark-skinned girls, and that is not an exaggeration. It's just
I would never. That's so
blocks from so many
Kenyan,
things.
I think dark-skinned people. I don't because like you see, Kenyans dominate marathons.
Mm-hmm.
What you got? You got Kipchoge. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy that did a sub 2 hours. He broke the record because they said, can the 26-mile be broken under 2 hours, and he did it at 1:59. And some say he broke. Whoa. Yeah, he's like you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Eliud Kipchoge.
Kipchoge, yeah. He's like, Kenyans dominating the marathons, and you would think it's because they're dark-skinned people. You would think the dark-skinned would be the lead. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's so. And how did that impact you growing up? And like, when did you start to notice this as, you know, in your earlier years? When did you start to notice colorism was like a thing?
I think I've always been very self-aware, and I'd always see how other people are treated differently, and I'm like, why are these people treated differently than these people? And I just looked in on my experiences, and I'm like, why am I being treated like this? Why do I get spoken to like this way? And I just said, you know what, I'm not gonna have it. I don't wanna feel like I'm less than, to aim for less than, to take in less than. So if someone gave me less than anything that I was supposed, I would just remove myself from that situation. And I still live by that motto. If something doesn't serve me, I stand up and I leave. I'll go find it elsewhere. Because even with like everything that was happening with Kenyans, you know, I said, you know what? There's 8 billion people on this planet. I bet you I will go somewhere else and people will appreciate me. 18, I was out. I was already in South Africa. I came to America. And even though in America, there is racism problems here. Don't get me wrong. Don't even get me started on that. There's major racism problems here. But the colorism in America is incredible. Like here, a light-skinned black person and me being a black person, we're all black. You know, we're all black.
Yeah,
that's fact.
But in Kenya, you know, a light-skinned person and me, we are not the same class citizen. So there's that difference where here I get a bit more, you know, I get a bit more appreciated. I know at least in the black community, I wouldn't really face that as much. Even though it is still here, even colorism.
But it's not.
It's not as rampant.
Yeah, and then you went to South Africa, and I understand, to kind of escape some of this colorism?
Yeah, I did.
Why South Africa, especially with a lot of its history with apartheid?
Yeah. So for me, South Africa has its problems, do not get me wrong. Sure. But, you know, like I told you, I leave and I go where I'm wanted. So when I first went viral, actually, a lot of Kenyans brought me down. I remember even for like the People's Choice Awards, I was nominated and they were voting for the other candidates so I can lose.
No.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, they were voting. And especially because I spoke about colorism, they're like, how dare you go and badmouth Kenya to the world?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Good job.
It was almost like,
like,
why are you telling the family secret? Like, don't.
But it ain't no secret. Then people like, how you gonna talk about and it's like as a comedian when I do stuff about black people, like I'll say, man, we don't know how to stick together, man. Why you gotta say that? I said, you do it in public. Mm-hmm. We shit on each other in public. What are you talking about? It's not no secret that we don't stick together. Look at us. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's good for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love rebels.
Out of all the places you've lived, who has the best food?
Ooh,
I'm putting you on the spot now.
ooh. Kenyan food is really, really good. Ghanaian food is really good.
Okay.
Kenyan food, Ghanaian food, damn, but I would go for Kenyan food is good.
I have to try some. I have to have some
Senegal.
Kenyan food. If there's anybody in the Los Angeles area that
Kenyan food,
makes
Chapati, try chapati. Please don't forget that name.
Okay, I won't forget it. Okay, I really want to try it. All right. I find that, in America, it's very rare that you find people who are bilingual or multilingual. And in other parts of the world, it's just kind of a thing. You obviously are bilingual, trilingual. How many languages do you speak?
Well, I speak English. N'ongea Kiswahili na je ne sais pas. Je parle français.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, mon français n'est pas génial, mais je parle un peu. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What's that? Je m'appelle Akbar.
Okay, je m'appelle Godfrey. Enchanté. Enchanté, hein? Je suis comédien des États-Unis, hein? Et comme ci, comme ça. Yeah, son! You thought you had me, son! Yo, you thought you had me, and you saw me do it. You couldn't wait. You was hoping I didn't know no French. Huh?
Magnifique.
Je comprends français, oui. Je parle français un petit peu, hein? Yeah, he thought I didn't know nothing.
Okay, I will give.
And then you had the nerve to go, Je m'appelle Akbar. I was like, I got your ass.
So you speak 2.5 languages.
Yeah. I speak 2.5 languages.
2.5.
So you don't really speak a lot. You done lied.
And you grew up speaking what? English and Swahili?
Yes, I grew up speaking English and Swahili. I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Si jambo, baby.
What did you say?
Kiswahili nongea vizuri sana. Like I grew up with it.
That's Swahili.
Yeah, that one I feel.
Si jambo, bwana. Are those words in Swahili? Yeah, son.
And it is a correct grammatical correct sentence. I'm very surprised.
Sorry,
All right, I have a question, and I hope I'm not being insensitive because I'm curious. Because I know, like with The Lion King, a lot of that was in Swahili, supposedly. So I just wanted to fact check it. Like Hakuna Matata, is that really?
That's real.
That is real.
That's a real.
That is real.
Okay, and what about like that? The one hit? No. Wa sekanya baba city baba.
Yeah. What's that?
No.
So nobody yells
gibberish.
out there every once in a while in Kenya going. Nobody.
I have no idea what this words mean.
But you know the song, right?
Yes, I know the song.
But you
don't mean nothing.
Yeah, the song it's no.
Okay, but we can
BS.
verify Hakuna
not
Matata is real. That is a real Swahili.
Hakuna Matata is a real Swahili.
But do people in Kenya get mad at like some of the Lion King going, what is this shit, man?
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
And like if someone says Hakuna Matata, we're not always we just say Hakuna. I mean, no actual Kenyan is gonna say Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
But it's a very tourist word. But
Unless you're a
say,
warthog and
yeah, they say Hakuna Matata. You're like, yeah, Hakuna Matata.
Oh man.
that would put them like Hakuna Matata. Just want to let you know since you're from Kenya, man. Hakuna Matata. I'm no disrespect, man. That's all I know.
And we can tell.
Yeah.
Potato patata.
What was the biggest culture shock for you moving to the United States?
LA is expensive. It wasn't even moving to the United States, it was moving to LA.
Yeah.
LA was so expensive. Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh, I feel the pain. I can feel it in your body. I feel it.
Yeah.
It is so damn expensive. Even New York is.
It's all of it. It's silly. It's unreal.
It's unreal. The rent is crazy. The groceries are like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
But you get used to it.
Why did you want to come to one of the most expensive places to live? What was?
It's LA.
It's LA.
It's LA. Who doesn't want to be in LA? Yes.
Yeah.
We know New Yorker.
Yeah, you better recognize it. You better recognize who you're talking to. Word up.
Do you feel that the fast life or the expensive life of Los Angeles, has it compromised your joy? You seem to be very happy, but I mean, with all of the expenses comes the stress of keeping up and trying to keep, stay afloat, make sure you get food, the rent, and all this other kind of stuff.
Don't be
taken
dating
care
an
of.
old man either.
You're like, how is that?
No, I don't give in. I take the things that I need and I stay within my means,
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to, if there is something really, really, really important that I need a stylist or makeup artist for, I will go out of my way for that. But I'm not going to do it just to
say you
make
did
people
it.
happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even with buying luxury goods, when I first got here, I used to love buying luxury goods. And it was like walking out of Burberry and you're holding a bag and it's like, look at me, I'm carrying Versace bags on Rodeo,
Yeah.
But then I was like, this is so silly. It's wasting my money. It's so corny.
It's corny
Like
as
you said,
hell.
it's so corny. And after that, it's not like also going around and like trying to like, you can try and act quiet and it's like you're forcing people to see what you're wearing.
Yeah.
It's also equally as corny. So I was just like, this is a lose-lose situation and I'm just putting money down the drain.
That's right.
So that whole impressing people, throw it out the window. I only do things I like. I look pretty because I like looking pretty. I'll hop in an Escalade because I like an Escalade. Like, that is a great car, but if I didn't like it, I wouldn't use it, because I don't need to impress other people. I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I just want to be.
I don't need to impress other people. I just want to be comfortable.
Yes, amen.
I love that. You've also talked about this, when it comes to, being in the United States, like the immigration policy and kind of how we've seen things change now. How have you reckoned with some of the changes and you've seen and some of these laws and things that are popping up about immigration? How does that made you feel? Especially when we've seen a lot of stuff with Donald Trump and ICE and all that stuff.
First of all, it's all insane to me. It is the way, and like especially, you would think that America would be a more democratic place. And then coming here and seeing how they're treated, especially being an immigrant myself, I also feel like, I sympathize with them and I feel for them. And I also see it and I think that could be me, that could be easily be me as well. My situation, anything can change at any time. Yeah. And you see it and you're like, what if I was treated this way? Like, how can you treat someone like that? How can you treat a human being like that? Yeah. So it's just, for me, it is such a shame to see because I would like to think, especially since America has a lot of influence in the world, you would think they would set a better example, but clearly not. And it's so sad that there's also a lot of people who back up the leaders who do this because the leaders do it. Yeah. But there's people who actually have that mindset to like, this is our land, this is our country. Especially the ones who really, really shock me are the ones who have like immigrant wife, immigrant, and then mother-in-law. And then they come crying and they're like, my daughter, because she was born here, my sister, because she was my sister-in-law, and they're crying. And you're like, this is what you vote? And they're saying, when I voted, I didn't think, what did you think was going to happen? Yeah. So it is just insane that it is happening in in a land that is supposed to be so democratic. And it is such a shame that it is being backed up by so many people who, Yeah,
I will say this. I've always felt this about politics. And I don't get into a lot of political conversations, but I truly believe, like, to your point, a lot of times what we're seeing is people don't necessarily believe in a lot of the things that are happening, but they are more aligned with the party line. So it's like, hey, my party is doing it, so I just have to jump on
mob
board.
Mentality.
Yeah,
mob mentality.
It's that mob mentality, and to me, like there's no individualism. It's like, wait, even though I'm a part of this party, I disagree with this. It's like I have to agree with everything across the board.
How is the Kenyan president? How is the government in Kenya? We know Nigeria. I mean, we're hopeful. We're MAGA. They're MAGA.
Yeah, we're hopeful that it changes.
But we hope, but they're MAGA. Yeah. They're literally pumping up Trump and MAGA. It's weird with Nigeria, which I'm surprised. So what about Kenya? How's the leadership there?
Very corrupt. Very corrupt. You say obviously.
But is there like, okay, every government I say is organized crime. I don't care anything. But we are the only ones that can't organize our crime, right? That's how I feel. America's a little sloppy. Is Kenya sloppy? Are they careless with it, or?
They are very careless. I think they they do a lot of shady shit to cover up for themselves, especially the people in power. And I see a lot of videos of people like a politician or politicians' kids, and they're driving a G-Wagon on the street. And then you see like someone on Twitter saying, oh my goodness, I was unable to buy food this week.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the hell is going on? How is this the same country? And you see a very big portion of people complaining they can't get by day to day. And then a very tiny portion of people living the life. Let me tell you, living the life.
Yeah.
So it is insane. And the president could do so much better. He could do so much better. And I wish he would do so much better for his people. But anyway, yeah.
So the process, what was the process? It's kind of two questions in one here. What was the process for you getting to the United States and establishing, coming here as an immigrant? And then I heard you talk about like some of the struggles with some of your girlfriends, like, yo, let's pick up and go to this country. Let's go to this country. You're like, yo, I have a Kenyan passport. A lot of people aren't aware of the struggles if you don't have one of these elite, quote unquote, elite passports that allow you to go anywhere without a visa. Talk about that struggle and then the process that you had to get to America.
It took me 1 year to get my American visa. And this was
1 year.
1 year. And this was with a lot of funding, a lot of resources, I had a lot of people who carry a lot of weight vouch for my visa. And it still took me 1 year just to make the appointment, just to go. You feel like you're begging. It's like, please let me into your country. Please, I'm begging you, let me into your country. Yeah. And they make it so hard for Africans. I know so many people who also have resources who aren't able to get their visa. And it's so neglected as well. You try and call the embassy, no one picks up. You try and reach out, you go there, they're like, oh, there's no one here. It's a very neglect. And even when I got here, a lot of people will be like, oh my God, we're going to Paris this summer. Come, let's go. We can do this thing.
You can't go.
Somebody can't just call you in a week and be like, hey, I'm like, no.
Like you should have told me months in advance.
Right.
Wow. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
So yeah, having a passport where you can just jump up and down on the planet, that is a big blessing.
Yeah, and post-colonialism, because colonialism obviously destroyed a lot of that in the way Africans move. Even within Africa, you've talked about this, how hard it is based on, where you are. But in Africa, just to travel within the continent, it is difficult.
Nightmare.
And 80%, I believe just about 80% of the visas that are requested from the continent of Africa are rejected when it comes to like getting into the United States and some of the other European countries. They have to go through this big process. This is something that there's a lot of people that don't understand this. And I started to research this, and I was just blown away by that. We've been blessed with having
very much so,
the American passports, and never thought about, oh wow, like, hey, I just want to go to Denmark. I want to go to Congo. We don't even think about it. We just
need the time. When do you want to go?
Right.
Bang, we're there.
Right. Yes.
Let's go to Africa.
Yeah.
Damn, my cousin can't go. Damn.
Wow.
Right.
That's why they go, that's why you ain't real Nigerian. I'd be like, damn.
That is you guys are lucky. I hope you know how lucky you are.
Well, my parents knew exactly what well, it's Civil War. So my parents were like, he's like, no, you can't go. This is some Nigerians that just stayed there. I'm glad we are here. My father knew what he was doing.
He knew. Let's talk about the viral moment that just kind of put you and separated and catapulted and changed the trajectory of your life. How did it feel the very first time you went viral?
Oh my goodness. It was so surreal. It's just, you're having a regular day and then you see your phone and there's all these people. You can imagine just, you guys see these numbers all the time. So I think you might, even if you did get into it later, I think you might have forgotten what it really feels like to just sit down and see your phone go from 2 views to 2 million views. That feeling is surreal. Seeing people just commenting, everyone from around the world. Yeah. It's
wonderful.
So
and
wonderful.
it doesn't get tiring because I've got a lot of viral videos. But there's in between, there's some that, okay, that was cool. And then you go, oh, I always get excited by going viral because it doesn't happen all the time.
What does it tell you? Because I always want, like, What does a viral video tell you? Does it give you information like I need to do more of this?
No,
is it validation? What is it?
No,
what does it
it's just you did something that everybody, and then it's the sharing. People share it. They pass it along, and sometimes it's the dumbest shit in the world. You're like, this went viral, but I just did this other thing. I did it 8 times. I did it perfectly. I got 2 views, but this shit, I was picking my nose. And everyone's like, look at this dude picking his nose, man. Look at the way he picking his nose, man. Pass it around. It's sometimes it's you don't even, there's no rhyme or reason. But when it goes viral, you go, this is awesome, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's the ones that you never ever expect. The one you put so much perfection into. It gets like 20 views. And they're like, what the hell? And then, like I said, the one where it's like you're picking your nose and everyone's like, oh, look how he's picking his nose. And like, what the hell?
It's crazy.
It's
crazy. What did that tell you about yourself? And then what made you then take the path that you were going? Because after you went viral, you decided you made a huge decision. Now, I know in the Nigerian culture, education is big. And I know in the Kenyan culture as well, it's, education is really big. You decided to make a life-altering change and drop out of school after you went viral. Like, viral to dropping out of school?
That's insane.
What? What possessed you to do that?
It's crazy you would say that because at the time it was a no-brainer. It was staying in school and I had a viral video.
What were you studying?
Journalism.
Journalism.
I was studying journalism.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what? I now am famous. I'm done. And I didn't even realize until later what big risk I had taken. I was so, and even when I told my parents, I sat down with them and I was like, they're being so dramatic. And they're like, if you ever want to go back to school, go back to school. And I was like, no, I'm good. Look, I have a viral video. I'll be fine.
Man, that's insanity.
I have a viral video.
That's insanity.
and you went viral with like, even just like you're eating your chips and you're making your jokes and you've got those Matrix glasses. Do you still have those glasses?
Wait a minute.
Oh no, I don't have those glasses.
Was it the one where you were doing where you would be you would
laugh? Yes. Yes.
That was years ago.
Yes.
And I would see that. I watched it many times.
Yeah.
You would just be like laying down, doing the weird laugh.
You ever thought a bag of chips, would have done all of that for you? Do you have a favorite chip? Like, what are your favorite chips? I know you guys call them something else. Don't you guys call them? Do you guys call them chips?
Crisps.
Or do you call them crisp?
Crisp.
English. So English.
Crisp.
So English. Crisp.
Fish and chips. Would you like fish and chips?
What's your favorite crisp in Kenya?
Crackles, cheese and onion.
Who?
Crackle. So we have this brand called Crackles. It's a local chips. So in Kenyan made food, Kenya has really good fresh food. Like the American food, guys, no shade.
No, it's poisonous. No,
It's trash.
Why would it be shade?
Wait. Why is it trash? Why is American food trash?
There's a lot of chemicals. It's very like. It's very like I think there's one time I saw Captain Crunch blue syrup for pancakes in the
disgusting.
store. And I looked at that, I said, oh my goodness, no way. I said blue syrup for pancakes and they're calling it Captain Crunch and people are buying this stuff. Not Captain Crunch, I don't know, what is it called?
Something fake.
Yeah, something fake.
But it's poisonous.
It's so poisonous. I think the organic food, they do try a bit more, but even that one,
they're poisoning that too.
It's not as fresh.
Yeah, and you can taste the difference, see the difference.
Absolutely.
Coming from Kenya to here.
Absolutely.
Well, they ban American foods in other countries. They don't even let our foods go to theirs. You know that, right? They ban it.
Yeah, especially I know in Europe.
Yeah, they don't want it. Our shit's so poisonous, man.
Wow.
It is.
Kenya is on the map for so many reasons. You're one of them. Lupita Nyong'o, she is a massive star. Have you had the opportunity to meet her? And have you guys shared your love of Kenya? And you guys are obviously stars of Kenya.
I've looked up to Lupita a really long time, even before I like blew up on the scene. Because growing up in Kenya, you've always like known Lupita, and she used to act in Kenya before she became an American household name. And she's always been. She's one of the people who I used to look at and used to be like, oh my goodness, like I was telling you about colorism?
Yeah.
Like I was like, she is going for it all. She doesn't give a damn. She knows who she is. She knows what she's worth. And even her video that just recently went viral of her saying...
She always playing a slave even after the Oscar. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, that's my girl. Like she would make such a decision. She would say no to opportunities. And even though she's worked so hard and for so long, and and they seem like big opportunities, she knows her worth. So I think she is someone who is amazing. And when I first started on the scene, she posted one of my videos, which
did she?
She did, which helped me in that momentum, which I never ever forget. And she sent me a few encouraging words, and I have seen her in real life here and there. Sometimes she's seen me. Very few times sometimes she hasn't seen me, very few times she has. But yeah, I've seen her shortly here and there. And then she has given me a few words of encouragement, which to me is wow.
What did she say that you still carry with you?
There's this one time she told me I'm a star and I have a very bright future ahead of me. And I always, even in moments where I feel down, and I know you guys feel this. There's some days you're just like, absolutely. What's the meaning, Yes, yep. I feel like I haven't done this, haven't done that. And I always remember those words and I'm like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah, cool. Wow, I mean, you've integrated into the celebrity world, I mean, very, very quickly coming in and people really just kind of gravitating to your authentic self. Steve Harvey kind of adopted you. Of course, that went everywhere when he adopted you as his niece and just saying, hey, look, I want to make sure I take care of you, unofficially adopted you. He gave you his phone number on the Steve Harvey show. Says, if you ever need anything, have you reached out to Steve Harvey? Have you called him? Has he been there for you as he professed on that day?
There is a few business dealings in which he has been included in, which I really truly appreciate. Yeah. And I think even though he might want his best and to see me shine, he also has a lot to do. The guy is Steve Harvey.
Yeah, right. He's got a million jobs.
He probably
told you. He's got a million jobs.
Said, what your ass want?
No. It was
who the hell? What? No, I was lying.
No. You watched this video. And you could just tell. He saw one of your videos, and it really touched him to the fact that reached out. And
he reached out, but I do him, and he hates me. So I did him, and he hates me. Mine went viral. I imitated Steve. I said, top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. Yeah. And he hates me for life, never invited me to one Family Feud, none of that shit. Yeah, it's because you pretty, and that's why. He's like, anytime you need help, I got your ass.
You've used his phone number then before?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I have, and I think he's great guy, busy guy.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's talk about Beyonce. I saw that on social. I saw the time that you guys were together. Look like you guys were like some white party or something like that. It was
nice.
Pretty cool. I'm like, yo, man, you're sitting there next to Queen Bee. And she had you on her list as one of the most top 10 influential people that's kind of inspired her, inspirational, the people that inspired her. What was that like, and what was it like meeting Beyonce?
Oh my goodness. I think, because when my career was still very, very new, when I say she, I mean her brand, I mean Ivy Park, I mean Beyoncé as a whole. I think I also got a lot of support from that end, which to me it meant so much. And it also helps me, when you're coming up and you attach your name to Beyonce.
Right.
Beyonce! And she, also when I came to America, I was invited to a lot of her stuff. I got this, she put me on her, when I say she again, I mean her brand, her team, everything.
Nice.
I was put on her list for things, and I would get invited to a lot of her she's releasing, even her Renaissance tour, the one for LA.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I remember she arranged for, and it was me and a few people, but she arranged cars, and in the car she was like, hey Elsa, it's Beyonce, I can't wait to have you tonight.
That's dope.
Get out of here.
That's sick.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and I think it's good that even though she doesn't exactly have the capacity, because she's Beyonce, so a lot of people want her here and there, she still tries her best to.
But she has her hands on making sure that you're one of the people that she's taking care
Exactly.
of, like, you know, and then kind of bringing you along, and yeah.
Exactly. She tries her best to spread her resources, and I don't think it's just me. I think it's to a lot of young and up and coming people. And if she sees something and she's like, "This is going far," she puts in some of her resources, and that is so incredible because I don't even think she knows the level of what she's doing. Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool because sometimes, you know, you hear the saying like for you know, for those who have been blessed with so much, like, you know, that for them to be able to pass that along and carry it on. So to hear that about Beyonce and just to see her celebrity and then to be able to hear the impact of it, because I know she sent you a Tiffany necklace, she sent you some Ivy Park gear. Like that must have been crazy. Like,
Nice.
and this wasn't on Christmas. This was just like
This isn't
on
on
a random
Christmas.
day you get a Tiffany necklace.
This is on a Wednesday.
on a Wednesday. Do you remember?
Wednesday.
It was on a
Gift
Wednesday.
Wednesday. You know you're doing right. Hey.
And that has then kind of rolled over into you working with and doing stuff with Rihanna. You've had that opportunity of doing the Fenty brand and stuff like that. That's been pretty cool as well. How's that relationship? How did that come about?
I think also not the same thing. I think also Rihanna carries she carries that kind of authentic brand that I've always looked up to. And she was also very like encouraging as well. And I tried to like, because also it's Rihanna, you know?
Yeah.
I tried to like, let's be best friends, kind of thing. And, she was like, yeah, you're a cool girl, but she also, but it was really nice to even have that opportunity and to kind of like be able to be included in, hey, there's this Fenty campaign. Do you want to do this? And it's like, oh, that's so cool. And it's one of the things that has helped me become the brand that I am today.
Yeah, I find, and I wonder if you feel this way too, like I find like, there's the relationships that you find within the industry can be a little bit more challenging in maintaining because of proximity, right? You're not always near each other, but then also too, there's a little bit of that based off of what you're doing, right? It impacts, it can feel a little bit transactional sometimes with some of those relationships. And so it's always really just being mindful, like, appreciating the relationships in Hollywood.
Don't be too attached to it.
Yeah, because it can come and go. Because if you're not hot, then maybe that relationship ain't hot. You know what I mean? And if you're hot, those relationships are even better.
All of a sudden, man. Whenever I go viral, cats be like, "Yo, God, I got this idea." Man, I've been doing this all day, every day, and if it depends on, because like I have a Dr. Dre video. It's at about 54 million views. So it's me and Dr. Dre. Dre's likes what I did. You've seen it.
Yeah, everybody.
You know how many people are just like, they never say a word, like they just never do. And everyone, hey, yo, or they're putting smile. Here's another way that people get on. People that don't comment will comment if depending on the person that's in the video.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's Jamie Foxx. It's all these people going, no, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden it's like people, but I've done a lot of funny videos.
Right.
And I don't hear anything from anybody, but now it's like, yo, that was.
It's kind of like, the insecurity I know I used to have, like when I was dating prior to, but being in the NFL and then, going, wait, hold on, do you really like me or do you like this, that? And then you just kind of grow a custom of being able to adjust like that. So I know my transition into entertainment, where I have some close relationships within the entertainment, but I also know that there are relationships that are only based on my, if you're hot or if you're not, and it's like, it's cool. Like, so, and if you can keep the relationships, the ones that are close, those are the ones that are most meaningful,
When you don't have nothing.
Right.
True.
When you have 2 views.
I want to talk about something that means, a lot to me because I respect the power that you have. I have family members who've struggled with alcoholism. You went through a very, very low point in your career and you kind of leaned in on alcohol. You since then have been clean, you're sober. Can you tell me what drove you to that point and then how did you find your way out? Because I think the important part is some people get stuck in whether it's alcoholism or any sort of addiction and they can't find their way out. And the power that you've had to be able to get out of that, what was that like for you?
It started, you know, first, I was always able to handle my alcohol. And even like in my party days, I used to be up. Damn, I was a party girl.
Turn up. You used to turn up. Turn up.
And I was able to handle my alcohol. You know, I could go to, let's say, somewhere to a villa and party with my friends all weekend and drink all weekend. And then I could go 3 weeks, you know, without touching alcohol. Like that was so easy. And then I started going through, you know, once you find all this, especially in an industry like this, you get exposed to a lot of things and you attract a lot of things, some good, some bad. And those things, I didn't know how to handle the pressure. I was also like really super young, you know, and I'd moved away from my family. I was on my own, new country, new people, and I had so much on my plate as well. And I just didn't really know how to cope. And, you know, if it starts with, you say, oh, I'll drink a glass of wine alone. And then it's like, oh, let me take a few shots and I'll just dance in the house and it will make me feel better. And before you know it, you're drinking every day. And, you know, at some point, you know, I was drinking a couple of bottles of wine, you know, in a day, you know.
Wow.
Wake up in the morning, 12, crack open a bottle of wine, red. By the time you're sleeping, you know, you wake up and there's like a bottle of red next to you. There's like a glass of wine next to you. And at some point I started dating this guy, and also a lot of people around me hadn't said, even though I was drinking a lot and I was drinking around a lot of people, no one really said anything about my drinking, which I wish someone had said something. But then I started dating this guy, and one day you know, we were just chilling during the night and we used to play chess at night. And when we were playing chess, I was like, oh, let me go get a bottle of wine. And he was like, yeah, there's something I need to talk to you about. He was like, I think you might have a problem. Like, you drink a lot. And I was like, what? I was like, no. I was like, I just like to. And he was like, no, like you drink a lot. And that made me like do some inspection. And I said, yeah, I do drink a lot. And if I don't get a hold of this now, it will be a very, very big problem. And I wouldn't be able to get rid of this. So I did some inspection inside. I walked through my problems instead of just like drinking through them. And yeah, and I just, after that, I just like quit alcohol, cold turkey. I've never been big on drugs, so it was just alcohol. So I just quit alcohol, cold turkey. And yeah,
How long have you been sober?
2.5 years now.
2.5 years. So congratulations.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Woo! And I have to say, I love the word that you use. It was not lost on me. Inspection. That inspection, I thought, you know, I think about going to a mechanic and you say, hey, I need to get my car inspected, and going through all the diagnostic testing and all that stuff. So to be able to really do it, and it, not just a reflection, but you did an inspection and you were able to turn that around. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations on that. That was really, really cool. You stopped doing comedy. Why was that? Like, that's what made you big.
I know. Also, something else, I used to really love comedy. God, I loved comedy.
In front of the comedy king right here.
In front of, with the comedy king.
Well, not the king, but I'm the king of my comedy. But I do respect the title.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. What made you pivot from comedy?
I think at some point also, I started doing it for likes, and I knew what people like and I knew what people didn't like, and I stopped doing what I liked just to please people. And
you followed the algorithm.
I followed the algorithm.
Oh yeah, that damn algorithm.
And that thing drained me. And you know, I said, what? I don't want this. Because also, like you're saying, it's what made me big. So it's what sold. It's what people wanted to consume. So going out and saying, I want to do this on my own, it lost me. Like, I have lost hundreds and thousands of followers, and I have lost so many likes, so many views, but there's still people who watch. There's still people who view, and I get to be myself. And for me, sorry, I don't want to sell out. And yeah, there are some red carpets here and there that won't invite me just because I'm not. Like you're saying, when you're hot, some people rock with you. When you're not hot, many people don't rock with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to give up some of those things, some of those red carpets, some of those. And I said, you know what? I still have all these opportunities that people would kill for. And like I told you, I don't want the world. I just want to be comfortable. And I'm comfortable. I love being me. I love not being the, a jester. I love dressing up and being pretty and saying, where's my Escalade? Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I love your confidence. I love your energy. You know, it's crazy because you've taken that, you've made some bold moves in your life. You decided that you went viral, you were gonna quit college, and you were gonna get into, and kind of moving and chase this whole social media thing. You blow up, and then you stop the very thing that got you there, the comedy, and then you enter into the world of modeling, and you were on the cover of Vogue magazine, and you've had some of the biggest brands attached to some of the things that you've done. How does one get into modeling? Like, I know back in the day, it used to be take a headshot
and then a book, make a book,
and then go find an agent to go represent you.
You got to do a go see.
And every 3 months you're doing a new headshot, and I'm like, well, is that a waste of money? Isn't it a waste of time? What's the new formula of being able to go out there and start a modeling career for all those young girls who are out there say, I want to be a model just like Elsa?
Damn. To be honest with you, I go with the flow. I've never been one to kind of like follow the trends, because I believe someone will always do it better than you. Someone will always have a better headshot. Someone will always have a better walk. Someone will always be prettier, smarter. Someone will always have it better than you. And I don't want to compete. I don't want to compete in such a concentrated field. So what I do is I do my own thing. I wanna walk like I got it. I walk like I got it, and I do it the best I can.
Yeah.
I wanna look pretty like I'm on the cover of a magazine every second. I do it to the best I can. Yeah. So I don't really go with the trends. I just do things best I can, and it seems to attract people.
Yeah.
It seems to say, hey, please come for this fashion show. Hey, please, can we do this magazine cover? It works.
Yeah, all right. I can't help but to notice the striking resemblance to that of Naomi Campbell. And I know you've had a relationship with Naomi Campbell, and you've talked about it openly about that relationship. What was that like for you? Like, first off, like taking people, for those of our audience members who are not familiar, like for you to be able to get a phone call, or for you to reach out to Naomi Campbell reaches back out to you, and from there you guys had this relationship that turned, but there was a relationship there with Naomi Campbell. What was that like?
I think I'm very appreciative of every single person who's played a role in my becoming today.
Yep.
And some things went good, some didn't go too well. But I'd like to think that I'm glad for everything that's happened, and I'm glad for everyone who's been around in my life, but some things are just better left in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting into the modeling part, there's a lot of money to be made in modeling. When you look at comedy versus modeling, who makes more money, comedians or models?
Comedians, what? Comedians by far.
Comedians by far.
It can get that way.
Yeah,
we can dust you off a little
bit. Comedians are, being a comedian is hard.
Yeah.
Being a comedian is hard. And a lot of people are more willing to pay to laugh than to pay to watch someone look a certain way.
Yeah.
So it is way easier to make money as a comedian.
Okay, all right. I want to talk about dating for you, especially dating in LA. What has that been like dating in Los Angeles?
Oh,
Good
my
luck.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What I tell you? It's trash.
Let's talk about it.
Trash. I told you.
Young, you're beautiful, you're rich.
Welcome to the hell zone.
Dating must be easy in Los Angeles for you.
Oh my God.
See? What I tell you? Place is the apocalypse.
It's an apocalypse.
Walking dead, son.
All right, so walk me through it. What's happening in LA? I'm a married man, been married for 17 years, so I'm kind of out of it. I don't know. You got to school me. What's happening right now in the dating scene?
Okay, so right now, I think a lot of people who date do online dating.
Okay.
A lot of people I hear who met through online, be like, how do you meet? I met on Hinge. We met on Bumble. It's always online. But I would say in LA, especially in my circles, it's easier to date. It's easier to find people to date in real life. But those people are such a headache. Oh my goodness, because everyone, like you're saying, oh, you're attractive, you have resources, you dress well, but everyone is like that. Yeah. So everyone is like that. So you can imagine a couple of ego-filled, some rightfully so, some not so much, but a couple of ego-filled people who can have a lot of options, just running around, God, with the option to let's have dinner, let's have fun, let's do Palm Springs. Everyone wants to have a good time in Ghost, have a good time, and I don't, because I've had some guys who I wanted to stay with and they're just a headache. And I've also had some guys who've, like they've approached me, and after some time I'm like, yo, this was so fun, but I'm out,
Why? Because
You
I
do
heard
the same thing to them.
You're right.
Damn!
Just
like this, I have to go.
I gotta go.
LA, I love it.
Because I know you said
She said, I have to admit, I ain't shit neither.
I got options. I mean,
you got options. He's got options.
So true.
But you said this. I read this because you said that you don't want to date a broke man.
Damn.
How much money does a man have to make you for you to go out on a date with him?
I think for me, it's not even about dating a broke man. I think broke is relative.
Okay.
I think broke is very relative, but I don't want to be with someone who can't afford the lifestyle I have, you know? Like you don't even have to pay for my lifestyle, but you have to be able to keep up with mine, you know? I don't want to say, oh, I'm going for Art Basel in Miami, and you say, oh, baby, have a good time. You know, I want to hear, oh, let's go for Art Basel in Miami, you know? I want the things that are stopping you are technical stuff, not...
So hold up now.
Okay, it's a good conversation.
No, this is great.
Yeah.
You say you have a 9-to-5 guy. He works hard.
Okay.
He's a trucker. Okay. He's a trucker, and I'm going to Art Basel. Well, I got to be on the road for about, I got to deliver cattle, but you have a good time. But he's making money though. You wouldn't want that.
Why would I be with the trucker?
I mean, he's making good money. They make good money.
Okay.
He's making good money. He cares for you. He's there.
Where would we meet? Well,
You never know.
At a truck stop.
Okay. Okay.
Truckers go out. You could just be like, you park the truck and just walk into a little party,
Okay, it's like dating a pilot. I wouldn't expect to date a pilot because I wouldn't expect us to be
because of schedule.
Because schedule time.
Okay.
I just think it would be...
You could be on his plane.
Okay, it might happen. But if it does, also, aside from resources, I think, for me, I also want someone who's going to be around, you know? Because... I think also there's a lot of people who have a skewed perception of dating these days. I think people think dating is about being, especially now there's this culture of like being taken care of, which I generally think if a guy should, treat you well, he should buy you flowers, he should treat...
But that's
hold on.
But,
Go.
But I still believe that they should be that only lasts so long. That only holds a relationship so long. The things that hold relationships together are time spent together. It is the depth you share. It's the things that bond you, and you need time and emotional availability to do that.
So I have something for you with that, because you're talking about the guys doing this, the guys doing that. And I find this to be true, and I even have this conversation with my wife. We tell our boys, hey man, you gotta make sure you do this for the girls, you gotta make sure and we tell our girls, hey, make sure the guy's doing this, make sure you're doing this. And I had this conversation with my wife and say, hey, it's about time now that we start teaching our daughters how to treat a man. Have you been taught on how to treat a man? Because it's always the expectation is on, how the man is supposed to be treating a woman. But I find that there's not enough conversation or accountability in how women are supposed to treat men, because it's like, well, he's supposed to be treating me this way. Yep. Because to your point about the guys just jumping around and going around, it's like guys won't say it, so I'll say it for them. Guys want to be treated well too. Mm-hmm. Guys want to be, and I'm not just talking about sex. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about beyond that and being able to, is that something that you were taught by, hey, maybe people in your life said, you know what, this is how you need to treat a man and this is how you keep a man.
You know what? I agree with you. I think men are deserving of reciprocative behavior. Even like when I see sometimes some women mistreating guys and all this and this and that, I don't agree with it. I'm not for it. But I'm not a man, so I can't really advocate for that. Yeah. But I know even the guys who I'm with, I think I treat the guys I'm with really well. And it's not even just because I feel. Is
that based on your perspective or based on his perspective?
No, it is. No, it's a. I can't speak for them.
Okay.
But I'd like to think that I do, like, I'll go out of my way to cook for them or to remember their birthday and
that's good.
be there and support, so, you know, support the things they're doing. And I expect them to do the same with me, but I also wanna give love, you know? That's why even when I tell you, some guys, I tell them, hey, I think like we're done, it's because I know I wouldn't be able to meet them where they require me to meet them.
Yeah.
So I also wanna be with someone who I'll love. I wanna be with someone who I want to
So all this
give
old
my
flashy
kid-
stuff is all bogus. Everybody wants a little. No, I can see it in your face. I just want somebody like me.
No,
I need love, Lord have mercy.
no, I want
Just,
to
you know,
treat my
it's
partners
human.
properly. I want to treat my partners properly. I want them
Yes.
to feel loved. I want them to feel appreciated. But I can't advocate for that because I'm not a man. So what do I advocate for? I advocate for me to be treated well.
I will say this to you. This is just me, just like Uncle Ak, just stepping in and just saying this. You know, it is important that you're treated well. But I would propose to you, the next time you find a guy that you're like, yo, I'm really digging him, like ask him, how would you like to be treated? And really be open to it. Because sometimes what I find is that women say, hey, this is how I'm treating you the best that I can, but never asked or even took the time to understand what he really needs to feel like he's being, you know, loved and respected the way he needs to keep that relationship going. That's just a little advice from
And
Uncle
you
Ak.
being a football
You know what I mean?
player, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it seems like a lot of women are looking for a ball player. There's a lot of
You like
that.
ball players?
But it seems like, no, but it seems like, you know, you look in social media, it's always someone got a ball player. They're dating an NFL guy or a basketball guy. And you go, well, what about the other jobs? It's because everyone's always talking about a ball. It's like, it's always a ball player. Like the big, she's dating a ball player. She's dating an NFL player. You know, I mean, even Cardi B had a baby with a ball player. You know what I mean? Even, I like Cardi B, but she even had another baby with a ball player. It's just like, it's always the ball player. So a lot, you got dudes that are like, well, I'm a tech guy. And girls that are really pretty, do they like tech guys? I mean,
I like tech guys. I'm actually not into ball players. I wouldn't date someone, like I would go out of my way to not date someone.
Do you have a preference?
I do.
What's your preference?
I
What's your
really like nerdy guys.
Oh, like the guys that go like this and like they
No,
push up
not
their
literally
glasses?
like this.
how about the ones that are like this? You ever play Call of Duty? Oh, come on. Oh, you're not that good at Call of Duty. We just play Call of Duty, get a pizza, sit back. Come on. Come on. Come on, Elsa.
So you like nerds?
I like nerdy guys.
You like nerdy guys? Okay.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like sweet guys. I like nice guys.
Do you? Nice guys. Like, what do you mean by nice guys? Hold on.
Okay. This
Because,
is
you know, because somebody be like, he's just too nice.
Yeah, because nice guys,
He was corny.
we know the
You gotta
saying,
be
right?
too-
Nice guys.
Nice
like,
fit.
no, nice guys. What?
And
What's the saying?
What's the saying?
what is it?
Nice guys finish.
Oh, nice guys finish last.
See, and she knows that, and she's from Kenya.
No.
I'm just saying, you're from Kenya, and you know that saying. I mean, that's
Well, Kenyans never finish last. They always win the marathons. What I'm trying to think, white guys finish last. That's in the marathon when they're going against Kenyans. But listen, I'm saying when you say nice guy, what are you talking about?
I mean character. I mean having good
Yeah.
moral character. And I feel like most people who consider them nice guys, they just like they're in your space, you know, they want to text you all the time, call you all the time. Like they want to be in your space and they're being a nice guy. They overly do it.
There's
There's a lot going on.
That's too much. That's insecurity.
There's too much. I like someone who has good moral character, someone who will say, oh, this is what I stand for. This is someone who's responsible, someone who, no, it's not someone who thinks about a good, just someone who sleeps at 10 and plays chess.
Wait, sleeps at 10?
Yeah.
You don't like a night, what if he stays up and watch?
I mean, no, you know what I mean. It's like,
just tell her
like
idea.
staying home.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's what I
Staying
do.
home. No.
I'm perfect. I sleep at 9. 9 o'clock.
No, like
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Like someone who, because also I think partners like me, I'm not able. My party days are behind me, and I feel like, you know, like I said, to be a partner, you have to spend a lot of time with someone. So there's the bad boy, which I think is also like, it's a good.
Look at her body language.
Yeah.
When she said bad boy, you were like,
Yeah, what is
I
that?
mean, you were
What's that
doing
little- what's
this
that little
thing.
thing? I like
and then with the
that.
good guy, she was like, well, with the good guy. And he's like, sure. And, you know, like, you didn't seem like you were vibing. I mean, I got a lot of homeboys that are good dudes. And you know what they tell me? It's like, you know what? The tragedy of the whole thing is like, I really want to be with old girl, but she doesn't want me in this stage of her life. She wants to go through the bad guys and go through all that and then leave
come back
me
all used up.
and then leave me and then saying, hey, look, now I end up settling with the girl who's been
ran
damaged,
through.
who's gone all the stuff that's
Ran
gone
through.
and it's just gonna be like, yo, so you, not you personally, but a lot of my guy friends that are good guys say that they end up. That's what they end up with then. And that part is like always kind of hurtful. Like, dang, what could have been if you would have given me a shot at the very beginning?
Word.
You know what I mean? And then all the drama is because of all the other dudes. So for the rest of his relationship, he's dealing with the drama of the other men.
So he would have scallywag.
All right, we're gonna end with this because I know we're short on time.
Straight scallywag.
We've got a game here, so I'm gonna end this with this one.
Oh, okay.
You had something very, very fun that I loved, and I thought it was really cool. You said that, and you've joked about this, that your laugh is changing as you got richer. Your laugh changed as you got richer. So I was like, dang, what does that even mean? So can you give me what a poor person's laugh sounds like, a middle class sounds like, and a rich person's laugh sounds like? I gotta hear this. Like, what? Okay, give me your poor laughter. What does the poor laughter sound like?
Oh my God, I don't even think I can do.
But you can't do a poor. I'm so rich, I can't do a poor laugh anymore.
You've lost touch. Give us your poor laugh.
No, it's like I feel like it's more. There's more pain in the laugh because it's like laughing through it. It's like, yeah, I'm joking, but I'm kind of not. You know.
You might be getting into acting. I need you to activate.
That's your rich laugh.
Oh my God! Is that
Okay, give me your middle class laugh. I want to hear the middle class laugh. And what is the rich laugh?
Your voice got deep as hell.
You've gone through some different looks. You've got a new look now that you're really into right now. Talk me through the different looks that you have. We remember you when you first went viral. I love the confidence that you have, like where you don't feel like you got to be made up for social or anything like that. You're just you. And I think people gravitated towards that. And then we've seen the glam look and we've seen the new version look now. Talk about the new look and how did you get to this place? And what are your other looks that you're looking forward to?
Ooh, I think we started off with the hair being out.
The natural look.
The natural look, yes, sir. You know, at that time also, I was also really young. I wasn't trying to like have any kind of, not any, like attracting people I was attracted to wasn't really my main focus.
Okay.
You know, like I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a kid trying to have some fun, and that's what I did. And then I got my dreads. I went through my dreadlocks era. This was during my party eras. It was also like, it was easy to keep that hair in like coastal areas and traveling up and down. It was easy. And then I settled in LA. I tried wigs for some time. I looked horrible the first round. But I tried wigs and then I went through like the black wigs and I was like, oh, I really like this. You know, this is a more grown up look. And this was after I turned 21. I was like, okay, this is starting to fit the woman I'm becoming. Now, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not 19 anymore. I don't need to have dreads. And I started messing around with the length. I got like really, really, really short hair. I started middle hair, long hair. And I was like, oh, long hair looks the best on me. And I was like, let me try different colors. At some point I had orange hair and then I did blonde hair and I was like, blonde hair makes me stand out. And then I put the blonde hair and I also started oiling myself a lot, which just transformed into like a lot of beauty. I started doing my makeup every day and it wasn't for validation. Like at first everyone was like, oh, you look so good, which felt nice. But also I realized I like waking up in the morning and having a look for the day. Every single day has a certain vibe to it. Yeah. It's like today I'm feeling like punk rock. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put on like a rock t-shirt. I'm gonna put on leather boots. I'm gonna put on leather shorts. I'm gonna do dark liner under my, and then some days I'm feeling like a princess. So I'm gonna do a pink dress and I'm gonna have light hair and I'm gonna clip it up and it's gonna be floral.
And you've changed your eyes color. Or now, did you do those laser or those contacts?
Contacts.
They better be contacts.
Hell no.
Because you know people that are now permanently changing their eye color.
Absolutely. I would never do that.
Yeah, okay.
Looking possessed.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know, like the way I outgrew my dreads, I know I'm gonna outgrow this contacts one day. It's a phase because also it's not the natural me, so it can be the full me. But it is something that works right now for the stage I'm in my life.
Okay. One more question, and then Godfrey, I know, has got his thing. You use an incredible amount of oils and sprays. I watch it, I'm going, wait, are you forgetting? Because you'll take cocoa butter and you'll put it on, and then you start talking, and you put another spray on, and then you put that down, and you get some Vaseline.
Yeah, olive oil.
And you go like this, and then you, and then you start doing the oils on your necks. And I'm like, how much oil can a person put on? I mean, you must have the smoothest skin on the planet.
I do.
Okay, I do. Are you doing that just for the video? Because I literally will watch an entire thing just to see, I just want to see how many different oils and sprays she's gonna be, and do you leave after that? Do you go shower all that stuff off? And then
never.
Are you planning to come out with your own line? Because if you don't, you shouldn't. I mean, you should, excuse me. If you don't, you should.
I think this is something I'll keep to myself.
Okay.
I've always, well, not always. I always used to do a lot of Vaseline. I love Vaseline. I think Vaseline is.
Yeah, we grew up with Vaseline.
Yeah, Vaseline is the best. I'm the kind of person who'd put Vaseline on my face and have my whole face shine.
Yep, we grew up like that.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yep.
And I love the moisture. So I started, when I grew older, I started like doing like lotions that have a scent to them and oils. And I was like, oh, I love smelling good. And like I said, you know, every day has a vibe to it. And I feel like it completes your vibe. You know, if I smell like, if I look flourish, I'm gonna do a flower scent. If I look punk rock, I'm gonna do rouge chaotique. You know, it's just, it depends on the vibe. It finishes.
I smelled a little baccarat this morning. Is it
Baccarat?
No, it's Cartier.
Oh, it's Cartier. Oh, do you see how she stretched it? Cartier.
It's Cartier. And poor people here, patchouli, I guess. Sandalwood. Yes, he's just like this. What are you talking about? I've upgraded. He doesn't know his smell. He's like, oh.
Did you see how she
like this? Oh, you'll be all right, my friend. Oh, Lord. Good Lord.
Oh, man. Godfrey, man. I think we got a game going.
We got a Godfrey game now.
Okay.
You ready? If you can play this. I don't know if I should do it in Steve Harvey's voice.
No. You got to do it Godfrey's voice.
Yeah. You can't stand it. All right. Ready? Here's a Godfrey game. Old Elsa or new Elsa, I name random situations and you answer which version of you is more likely to do this action.
She got to take a sip of her
a little
mango dawa juice.
All right, little dawa.
Let's do this.
Okay. All right,
ready?
She's ready.
Ghost a dude after one date.
New Elsa. What?
New Elsa.
New Elsa.
New Elsa.
How about this? Not leave a tip after dinner.
Oh, no, neither Elsa. I always love to tip.
Good for you.
Always.
Oh, watch this one. Apologize to a man.
Neither Elsa. Oh, my God.
Women will never apologize or hold themselves accountable. I hate that.
We both lean in like
What she gonna say?
Like, nah.
I knew it.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest.
At least you're honest. Okay. Cook at home versus going out to eat.
Ooh, old Elsa would always go out to eat. New Elsa always cooks at home.
Oh,
All right. Party for a week straight.
Old Elsa? Party for 2 weeks straight.
2 weeks.
Okay. Curse somebody out.
Old Elsa. This one is very chilled.
Okay, all right. Here's one. Be humble.
Oh, neither Elsa. Even when I was broke, I wasn't humble. Come on now.
You've always been confident. I love it.
That's good. Have road rage.
Oh, neither Elsa. Never worth it.
Okay. Purchase a bag and never use it.
Both Elsas.
Both Elsas.
Both Elsas.
Visit another country.
Oh, every Elsa. All Elsas. I
Yes.
always love travel.
Hang out with Beyoncé.
All Elsas.
All Elsas.
Oh,
Get into a fight.
Oh, neither Elsa. Look at me. Absolutely not.
Okay, yeah.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
I've been making movies. So
wow,
I've been-
okay.
I've been making movies. My highest view count on a movie has been 4 million views. I've been making them for like 2 months now. So which is not
On your own? You making movies? Oh,
on my own. Yeah, it's really complicated, and movies have a big budget. So I'm a one-man party. Even if I did have resources, movies require a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I've been just working with what I have. It's me, my tripod, a couple of friends. Like I say, hey, please help me. But I'm making a movie a week, and it's taking a lot of my
Mini
time.
movies or full
Mini
feature
movies.
films? Oh, wow.
Mini movies. So right now, I was just want to find my aesthetic, my vibe, and yeah, I'm making my movies. A movie a week, me, my tripod, my camera.
Well, you've done that before where you just took your camera and your tripod
Got
and
it
you just
rolling.
went on and you got it rolling. We wish you
I got
nothing
one
but the
more
best. Oh,
question.
okay. Go
What do
ahead.
you
Yeah.
hope to see from your career in the next 10 years?
Ooh.
An Oscar.
All right. All
She
right.
said it here.
You said it here
right
on 1554.
Yeah, you said
Oscar winner.
Oscar winner.
All right,
An
Elsa.
Oscar.
Elsa, we thank you so much for joining us here on 154. Appreciate you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Kuma Matata.
They don't
What?
say that in Kenya.
Frittata.
No.
Please, no worries.
Hey,
For the
hey,
rest of
hey.
your day, it's our problem free.
Go ahead.
Philosophy, Hakuna Matata.
All right. I can sing. I can sing. That boy can sing. You hit that note. That boy good.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like